my best-selling paperback book, The Keto Diet, is in stores now, and it looks like this. It's available in your favorite local bookstore or Costco for US only for now, or you can pick it up online by visiting ketodietbook.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leanne here from healthfulpursuit.com. I'm a nutrition educator and high-fat enthusiast, and I interact with over 400,000 individual people a month, helping them in regulating their metabolism, readjusting their hormones, and balancing their weight by eating more fat. And today we're going to be putting our fat-adapted thinking caps on to bust through the top 10 keto myths, so stick around. Let me start off by telling you something that may come as a surprise. I don't know what approach to eating is right for you. You might be thinking, but Leanne, you just told us that you're a high-fat enthusiast. My world is crumbling. I did, and I am. However, there are about as many ways of eating as there are mouths, and the only thing of which I am absolutely certain of is that there is no one-size-fits-all diet. For example, the traditional Ketovans eat mostly unrefined carbohydrates, but on the flip side, the traditional Inuit ate mostly fat, and yet obesity, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and heart disease were a non-issue for both tribes. So what's the takeaway from these traditional diets? Well, one thing is clear. Homo sapiens have evolved to eat a vast range of natural foods and remain healthy. The only thing we haven't evolved to eat healthfully are all of those totally new, completely processed, manufactured food-like products. So is keto right for you? Honestly, I don't know. But what I do know is that it's worked for me. It's worked for millions, if not billions, of people throughout human history. Its benefits are backed by good old-fashioned science, and the naysayers' objections to it are more often than not, how should I put this? Complete and total nonsense based in dogma, fear, and ego. With that said, here are the top 10 keto myths busted. Now, if you're looking for the research and things that I did on this video, you can click down below where I've included all of the studies. Myth number 1, low-carb diets cause ketoacidosis. Myth busted. Ketoacidosis, also known as, and for very special reason, diabetic ketoacidosis, or DKA, is a life-threatening condition that occurs in people who do not produce enough insulin. Most type 1 diabetics and occasionally type 2 diabetics. When you don't produce the necessary supplies of insulin, your blood can become too acidic. While dangerous, it's nearly impossible in a non-diabetic person. Ketoacidosis is incredibly rare in non-diabetic people. When it does occur, it's due to chronic alcoholism, severe hyperthyroidism, or in conjunction with other abnormal physiological states. Myth 2, your brain cannot function without carbs. Myth busted. Good thing this isn't true, else our species would have died out a really, really long time ago. While it is true that your brain can't function on ketones alone, requiring about 120 grams of glucose per day, that glucose does not need to come from carbs. Every model of the human body comes standard with this wonderful little process called gluconeogenesis, literally meaning the making of new sugar, in which the protein or fat that you eat is converted into glucose. Carbohydrates are not an essential nutrient, period. End of story. Amen. Myth number 3, eating cholesterol is bad because, well, cholesterol is bad. Myth busted. Not all cholesterol is created equal. It's made up of high-density lipoprotein, or HDL, and low-density lipoprotein, or LDL. The HDL is commonly known as the good cholesterol because it takes what's commonly known as the bad cholesterol, or LDL, out of your blood, preventing it from clogging your arteries. But even in the so-called bad cholesterol, there's an important distinction to make between LDL pattern A, which are large and buoyant particles, and LDL pattern B, which are small and dense. It's the latter that you have to worry about, and even so, your propensity to either is largely due to genetics, not diet. Myth number 4, eating cholesterol will give you high cholesterol. Myth busted. Head on over here and also down below to watch my video on cholesterol and why I'm not personally worried about having higher cholesterol. Cholesterol is what gave me my period back, keeps my hair shiny, my skin looking brighter than it ever has, and a cholesterol feeding study in which volunteers ate 2 to 4 eggs per day showed that the overwhelming majority of participants experienced very little impact on their overall cholesterol levels, while the remaining minority did experience a slight increase. Their ratio of HDL to LDL remained unchanged. Genetics play a much larger role in your cholesterol levels anyhow, with 75% of it being produced by the liver and only 25% from the food that you eat. Myth number 5, keto leads to nutrient deficiencies. Myth busted. This myth stems from the misconception that eating keto means stuffing your face full of meat and only meat. It's simply not true. I enjoy all sorts of wholesome, nutrient-dense vegetables on a daily basis. Even so, in a famous study featured in the Journal of Biological Chemistry, anthropologist Vladimir, I think that's how you say it, Stephenson lived in a highly controlled environment for an entire year, eating absolutely nothing but meat and fat, and at the end of the study, he was shown to have no vitamin deficiencies. Myth number 6, keto causes kidney damage and or kidney stones. Myth busted. First of all, a recent study has shown that the ketogenic diet may actually reverse, oh, I said it, reverse kidney failure in people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Secondly, the few studies that have shown kidney damage were associated with a very, very high protein ketogenic diet, or even a high protein, low carb diet. Consuming such a large amount of protein flies in the face of what's suggested to keep your protein intake between 15 and 30% and your fat intake between 60 and 75% on a traditional ketogenic diet. And in regards to kidney stone formation, any risk can be easily subverted with proper hydration, green vegetable intake, and again, reduced protein consumption. Now, we're not talking about, if you have too much protein in a day, all of a sudden your kidneys are going to give out. Listen to your body. If you have days where you're eating more protein, that's fine. When I'm ovulating, I eat a lot more protein than when I'm not ovulating. And you can just watch for that and see how your body kind of goes with the flow throughout the month. Myth number 7, keto leads to poor athletic performance. Myth busted. The jury is still out on this one, so don't believe anyone claiming to have the definitive answer. And also, you really have to see how your body responds to a ketogenic diet. That being said, one study found no difference in high intensity training between high carb athletes and ketogenic athletes. The same study also showed that ketogenic athletes experienced less fatigue in low intensity training than their high carb counterparts, with some of the world's top athletes eating ketogenic, including professional football, basketball, and rugby players. There's a chance that a low-carb diet could help with your athletic performance as well. Myth 8, you'll lose muscle on a low-carb diet. Myth busted. Unfortunately for this myth, the opposite is true. A true ketogenic diet will actually preserve muscle mass. A meta-regression study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that low-carb, high-fat diets not only lead to a greater loss of fat, but also a greater maintenance of lean muscle mass. But why? Well, while fat loss isn't as simple as calories in, calories out. When you are being fueled by fat, you are using the fat stores on your energy in a ketogenic diet to provide a lot of the energy. Therefore, you are going to be at a natural calorie deficit. So switching over to a ketogenic diet switches you to burning fat as fuel and preserves your muscle mass, and in turn will not lower your metabolic rate. Myth number 9, ketosis is the same as starving yourself. Myth busted. Since ketone bodies are present both in starvation and ketosis, the two must be the same, right? This one just sounds absurd and can be easily countered with some logic. Last time I checked, I wasn't starving. In fact, my body weight is higher than it was when I was, actually starving myself. These days, I eat until I'm satiated, which gives me proper nutrition and a good amount of energy for my day. The fact of the matter is that while ketosis does mimic some of the same metabolic processes present in starvation, the massive, huge, patently obvious difference between the two is that you can choose to maintain or even gain weight on keto. Final myth number 10, you can't be vegan and do keto. Myth busted. In a word, this is total nonsense. There are entire online communities dedicated to vegan keto. If you're looking for a vegan fat, try cacao butter, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, macadamia nut oil. And for protein, how about tempeh, almonds, pecans, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, or flax seeds? And what about vegetables? Well, shoot, you got me there. Psych! You got broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, Swiss chard, bok choy, cucumbers, sauerkraut, the list goes on. I love vegans. Heck, I used to be one myself. Okay, end of rant. Oh my gosh, so many keto myths, so many more to go through. If you were relieved to have those keto myths busted, there are 3 awesome things that you can do right now. The first is that you can choose to rock your high-fat life with my program pack, the Keto Bundle, where I'll show you how to slide into fat burning mode without needing to go strict low carb. You'll learn how to boost your body's ability to heal naturally, how to bust through plateaus to create a life you love and liberate your life from restriction, macronutrient manipulation, exercise abuse, and feel hot damn sexy while you do it. As always, I'll put a link up here and also down below where you can check out the Keto Bundle. The second is a wonderful free resource I've put together for you. You can grab the free mini guide for this video, complete with everything I just shared today in an easy to read PDF. It includes the transcript and other cool resources, and it's absolutely 100% free. There's a link up here and also down below where you can take advantage of that. All you gotta do is click that link, scroll down, find the big pink button, and enter your details, and it'll be sent to your email. The third and final thing you can do is subscribe to my channel. Now, pay very close attention on how to do this or YouTube might explode. Hit the red subscribe button below and down there, click on the little bell just right of it, check send me all notifications box, then click save. Phew, that was close. I come out with videos every-ish Wednesday and I'd love to see you here. Bye!